In the words of Jason Todd that speaks for us all,
Titans are back, bitches!
exactly. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys my trailer breakdown of Titans Season 2. And if you guys haven't seen my reaction video, I'll leave a link in the description down below. But let's start breaking it down because we got a lot to talk about. I even made a list here on notepads to know what topics I'm trying to discuss here because we got a lot. So let's go. First off, let's start off in the fact that, I'm thinking there's going to be a little bit of a time skip. Not a big one, not like Young Justice where a year passes. More like a month or two might pass after what happens in the season premiere of Season 2 that was supposed to be the season finale of Season 1. And that is in the fact that somehow they're going to defeat Trigun, but not as in completely defeat him. More like subdue him to where he won't be bothering them for a while. And he'll eventually come back. And the reason I come to this conclusion really is because of the two scenes that had Starfire with her hair like how it's been in Season 1 shooting those star bolts, and then there was that one where Beast Boy, who is right behind Raven, about to turn into an animal. If you look at Raven, she looks like how she is in season 1, and the background of that window or curtain, whatever that was, it looks kind of like they're still in Raven's house right there. So, and that's what makes me, and then when you look at the stuff that afterwards, it shows that, yeah, there was some changes that happened, and it looks like they took a bit of a time jump, not a time jump to like maybe a month or two, possibly so. But before I go in, what I will say is with this trailer, it's showing they're putting more bright lights and more life to the trailer, and that's good. There was nothing wrong with Season 1 in the darkness, but sometimes it was a little too much that it just didn't fit in right. Bear in mind, I still liked Season 1, but I wanted to throw that out there. Now moving on to Bruce Wayne, who appeared at the first part of the trailer where he and Dick Grayson seemed to be talking. Well, first off, it was Bruce really talking about how Grayson and his Titans are now back together with new members. But I think this is also a chance for those two to maybe talk and maybe not fully reconcile, but at least reconcile enough they're more on speaking terms now. Because it looks like, with the way Grayson's looking at Bruce, he's looking like he can't believe he had to come here. Like it was the last thing he wanted, but he didn't really have much of a choice here. But maybe it'll also give us a clue as to what happened with him and Bruce. Well, though I'm pretty sure we might all know about that one ourselves. And speaking of how he mentioned about how the Titans are back, as he saw them on the news, that makes you know that something we all probably knew since Season 1, and that the Titans did exist before Raven came and asked Grayson for help. And he, Starfire, and Beast Boy have all come together due to the problem with Raven and all that. Yeah, and it was all shown to us with Grayson knowing Hawk and Dove, and then Donna Troy. Makes you know for certain that, yeah, for a time, the Titans did exist. And this is where we're finally going to be learning about that. And finally, the team is going to be getting their name. And I mean the new team. As Raven put it, Titans 2.0, as it were. But with the thing with the Titans history, though, and I think that's where when I saw this image of Aqualad with Wonder Girl, and then the Robin, Hawk and Dove, Aqualad and Wonder Girl all marching out of their hideout, I think this is all going to be part of a flashback to show when they were a team and what they did as a team. But and by no means, though, does that mean Hawk and Dove and Aqualad aren't going to show up in the present. They pretty much are. But considering how, like, in last season, we got flashbacks here and there in most of the episodes, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. We saw a few flashbacks of these guys when they were the Titans team. But speaking of Hawk and Dove, like, why don't I go ahead and go into them real quick? I suspect they will be helping out in the season premiere, because with what happened in the last season, and how they say we need to find Jason Todd and that Raven's in trouble, that's what'll lead them to working with them, and then later on, some other things down the line will make them work with them even more. But speaking But as for Raven, like I said, she's asking Grayson, are we Titans 2.0? Well, I actually like the sound of that. Maybe they are Titans 2.0. I mean, with this whole new roster, first you got Grayson, you got Raven, you got Starfire, you got Beast Boy, but you got someone who's going to replace Cyborg since he's not in this one, and that's Jason Todd, which is very interesting because I don't ever remember hearing him being a part or ever working with the Teen Titans. So this will definitely be something interesting, especially with how violent he is. And to think there will be two Robins at first, because especially considering how I saw in the trailer, you see a shot of him and Grayson and Jason fighting each other, more like sparring and training here. This will definitely lead to some interesting things going forward. And not to mention the fact that this one image right here of the computer. This computer pretty much is saying they're in Titan's Tower. So we're going to definitely see the Titan's Tower, and it is definitely going to be awesome. But if we're seeing the Titan's Tower, does that mean they're finally going to make their headquarters in San Francisco? Or is it just like they have always had the Titan's Tower and they're just now reopening it up again and making it Titans 2.0's home now, their own headquarters and everything? Maybe, possibly, and if it does, I am not complaining, not for a minute. That will be awesome to see, especially with the shot of how we saw Wonder Girl getting in her costume, we saw Robin getting into his costume, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we saw Hawk getting into his costume, and this all was happening in the Titans Tower. Oh man, this will be awesome, really awesome. But speaking of Wonder Girl, not only did we get a good look of her in her Wonder Girl outfit, which, as I said in my live reaction trailer, it was amazing. But I still hope we can sometime soon get the black outfit with the silver stars, because I like that one too. But that's just me. I'm not saying I don't like this red one. I do. I just like to see, since we're seeing this one, I hope we get to see the next one here soon. That's all I'm saying. But what I'm really going to be excited to see is some of that lasso action she showed off when she was helping Starfire battle whoever it was they were fighting right there. Because I did remember seeing a few Instagram or Twitter videos that were published showing how Connor's the one who's playing Donna. She's training on those lasso skills. So I definitely can't wait to see what all that training did, how it all paid off. And Hawk and Dove, I'm sure y'all noticed that they got their outfits have been adjusted. And, well, they do look great, especially for Dove. Dove is looking fine. And speaking of new looks, though, I'm sure we all know how we all had that negative reaction for Starfire. Even I admit, I didn't like her appearance, but the person who plays as Starfire, she was doing a great job. It's just the appearance and the outfit that was not cool. Well, luckily, they've changed all that up. Yes, now she looks even better. First, her hairstyle's different, and she's got a much better outfit, which is really cool. It actually fits her more. And also we saw in the trailer here about Connor and Crypto. It looks like they're gonna show us the same thing that we saw at the season finale of season 1 with that cliffhanger and him and Crypto escaping. And then it looks like, I don't know, they go their separate ways. The only reason I say that is because when Connor finds Crypto and sees that tag on it saying Crypto, he's shirtless, meaning that, is this part of that flash? Is this what showing him after he escaped Cadmus and him and he's just trying to see what Crypto's name was before they separate? Maybe. That's what I'm getting out of it. But then there was that other shot of him with the Superman insignia on, looking like he's about to attack somebody. And then, of course, with Garth and his outfit, it looks like it's just like what Aquaman would wear. I mean, actual Aquaman's like he stole it or something. But that's not me saying I hate it. I love it, and I really can't wait to see what this guy does with Aquaman's character as we see him in season 2. Like, if they do the special effects where he uses the water and stuff, or some of the sorcery magics, or some of the choreography fighting, will be really cool. I will really like to see that. And now there's one more person and I gotta mention, one who I really like, who's made a big improvement, and that's Raven. Now she has the gem in her, but she really is looking and acting like Raven. Like for the one in this image where Robin is pointing a sword at her very close to her face, she is not scared in whatsoever. She's not even flinching. And that's pretty much how Raven would be when it came to swords or gun being pointed at her. So it's seeming like she's finally, after finding out who she is, who her parents are and stuff, it's making her now go into her comic accuracy spot. And I know what they tried to do in season 1 with trying to make her not know who she is so they could take her in a different direction and being a scared kid and stuff. But unfortunately the execution just didn't work, because as we all know, Raven, sure, she's scared and stuff, but she kind of holds her emotions in mostly, and she's not always shown being a crybaby or being terrified like nearly 24/7, which was what season 1 was giving us. That was kind of one of the downsides I had with season 1, but even still though, to know that she's finally going to be in her pretty much looking like her comic accurate character, and not to mention with the special effects being better than what we saw in season 1, with this image right here showing like this purple grayish energy, like she's unleashing some of her power, much better than what we had in season 1. But now we finally get into the big 3 of them all, and that is first off, Rose Wilson and Jericho. Now with Jericho, we saw a few shots of him, but in that quick span of scenes that were flipping out from each other. But with the few that we saw here, like him in like he's on a motorcycle about to start making a run for it, or starting to do a chase or something, and then him smiling like he's talking with somebody. But Rose Wilson, that one is really something. First she's fighting off some cops and twisted that guy's arm about to shoot someone else, and the eye patch she has, man, it just makes her look like a real badass, and I'm serious about that. But then there's this scene right here where she's holding the sword, and that very scene itself, it was where Grayson was in when he was pointing the sword at Raven. So my guess is this is Grayson training her. Is he trying to train her and stuff? And if it is it following that comic book adaptation of where Deathstroke had asked Nightwing to train her or something like that? Because I think that's what I remember hearing. It was Grayson who trained her and to protect her. At least that's what I'm getting from it. From her being in that dojo and holding that sword. It's clear she's holding it to Grayson because they're probably training. And Raven just comes in and is, like, I guess being Raven and asking something and stuff while it's happening, and it just surprises Dick that he points the sword at her face. But like I said, Raven don't flinch. And then finally, the big finale of it all in that trailer was seeing Deathstroke, and how, like, I'm pretty sure that was Grayson there who was saying that, oh no, Deathstroke, meaning that if he's here, he's after, and if he's after the Titans, Grayson is very scared for his new team of Titans 2.0, because no doubt the past Titans have dealt with him before, which is no surprise. I mean, if you all know your history on Deathstroke, it all started with the Teen Titans before it started with anyone else here. But so if he's like back, this will definitely lead into being like the team telling him, what do you know about Deathstroke? Why are you so afraid of him? To the point where it'll get Grayson to finally talk about it and say how dangerous he is and what sort of a man he is. And well guys, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I mean, there's so much things you can take from this and what could be out there going forward for us for this new season. I'm telling you guys, I am excited. I can't wait to see how the new Titans are going to combat Deathstroke, and what role does Rose Wilson and Jericho play in it. Will Rose Wilson be like helping the team take down her father, or then like start off at that at first and then join her side and then ends up fighting the Titans. One thing's for certain, I definitely can't wait to see a choreography fight of Deathstroke versus Robin, and same with Rose Wilson taking on Grayson during that sparring training session. I'll bet that'll be really awesome. And like I said, the scene being going to be able to see the Titans Tower. I hope we actually see the outside of it. I know we're going to probably be seeing the inside of it, but I really want to see the outside of it. Oh man, so much to look forward to. But until then, guys, that's all I got with my trailer breakdown and some of the thoughts I have of what will be going forward for some of these characters we're going to be seeing of. I'm sure we're going to be seeing more in depth of other things, but still, with what we got here, that's enough for today, so we'll leave it at that. And guys, if you're enjoying my videos, all you gotta do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos, and well, till then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye!